is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. We have a lot of coronavirus developments to share today, including Governor Evers directing state parks to close. We'll explain if there are any changes to local parks.
But first, we want to start with the latest Wisconsin data. We are nearing 3,000 confirmed cases in the state. 117 deaths have been attributed to the virus now, including 12 in Dane County. Grant County saw its first death today, a resident who was over 80 years old. Milwaukee County continues to lead the state in confirmed cases with 1,500. Legislators have released details on a new plan for the state to handle the coronavirus. Amy Reed joins us live to break down what's been included here. Amy?
Republican legislative leaders have been saying for weeks that they want a comprehensive approach to combating this virus, and with dozens of provisions included in this legislation, they've certainly accomplished that. New proposed legislation at the Capitol tackles the impact of the coronavirus seemingly from all sides. When it comes to health care, a GOP-backed bill package looks at covering the cost of vaccinations for seniors on the state's senior care program. It also prohibits insurance from charging for testing for COVID-19 and allows pharmacists to extend prescription refills for 30 days during a public health emergency. Some other changes look to cut some government spending given the impact the disease will have on the state's economy and revenue. Provisions would give the Joint Finance Committee power to reduce projected spending, pause certain tax cuts, and take back pay raises for state and UW system employees. That's if a checkup still to come from the Fiscal Bureau in June shows an estimated deficit in the budget. The governor so far has not been supportive of this, as it gives the Republican-controlled Joint Finance Committee broad authority to cut spending. In his own legislative proposals, Governor Evers supported giving millions to agencies responding to the crisis, including an uncapped amount to the Department of Health Services during a public health emergency. Republicans have not taken that legislation up in the weeks since it's been announced. The Senate Majority Leader said yesterday that he's going to keep working with Democrats to come up with a bill that can pass with bipartisan support. We reached out to Democratic leaders today, but did not hear back. At least one piece of this legislation that seems to have support from all sides is the repeal of a one-week waiting period for unemployment benefits. We've seen that in all the legislation that's been proposed so far. Madeline O'Neill explains why the Department of Workforce Development Secretary is pushing for that repeal.
Amy, repealing that would not only give those receiving benefits the up to $370 from the state for that week, but the $600 that will eventually come from the federal government as well. So that translates to nearly $1,000. And that's why the DWD Secretary Caleb Frostman wants this to happen as soon as possible. Now, new numbers show that between March 15th and April 6th, the department received more than 300,000 new applications for benefits, distributing nearly $70 million worth in that 3-week time frame. To respond to that 1,600% increase in initial claims compared to the same time period last year, the DWD is recruiting new workers, keeping current staff working overtime, and updating its IT infrastructure. Now, Frostman wants the state legislature to act by repealing that 1-week waiting period.
That could be $1,000 a week that folks would have to pay their bills, to put groceries on the table, and then also to support some of these essential local businesses that are still open. So, of course, for family economic stability, but also for our state's overall economy.
Those receiving state benefits will not need to reapply to anything to get that additional $600 from the federal government. The DWD says the first of those payments should be issued the week of April 26th. The department also expects to start collecting applications from gig workers, freelancers, self-employed people, and independent contractors as part of the pandemic unemployment assistance starting around the week of April 21st. We'll have more information on our website.
All right, Maddie, Amy, thank you. We've had some crazy weather this week. Highs reaching the 70s earlier in the week, and then this. Snow and what looked like hail in some parts of our viewing area today. Let's get to the bottom of it. Our first warn forecast, Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, technically it's called grapple. It's basically flakes of snow that are stuck together. A lot of it happens when you have a mixture of rain and snow. And Kathy Stanton from the west side of Madison sent us these pictures. It looks like little balls of hail, but if you look at them very, very closely, it's actually a bunch of snowflakes and snow grains kind of stuck together. So technically it's called grapple. There's your new word of the day, but it will happen when you have rain and snow showers. Right now, the skies have cleared over the west side of Madison on the WISC Skycam. But if you take a look at Doppler track, there are some rain and snow showers still moving through central and southern Wisconsin. These will start to die down very quickly after sunset as we lose the heating from the sun that makes the atmosphere a little bit more unstable. Temperatures reach the lower to middle 40s before the snow showers and snow grains and grapple moved on through along with the rain. Right now, Madison's down to 40. The Dell's down to 32 as they've had a brief snow shower, and Platteville had some snow on the ground. Their temperature right now at 38. Skies will clear up by tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be down to around 30. Look for a sunny but chilly day tomorrow with a high of 49. Then I'll take a look at an Easter forecast that includes rain and maybe accumulating snow Sunday night into Monday morning.
Public Health Madison and Dane County is urging people to continue to follow the safer at home order. A release from the department says they continue to receive hundreds of reports each week of individuals gathering and businesses that are not complying. Madison Mayor Sati Rhodes Conway says we need to socially distance, but also get creative. She suggests meeting for coffee over FaceTime, holding a happy hour over Zoom, or a family Easter egg hunt via Skype. Governor Evers has directed the DNR to close 40 state parks, forest, and recreational areas. Closures start at the end of the day today and will last until further notice to encourage social distancing and help reduce the spread of the coronavirus. In our area, closures include popular spots like Blue Mound, Devil's Lake, Governor Dodge, Governor Nelson, and Lake Kaganza state parks. There have also been issues with litter and vandalism. We have a list of which parks are closed on channel3000.com. But local parks in Dane County will stay open.
It's good for the body and good for the soul if people can get out and take a walk, take a jog. We do want to let people know that they might not be aware of some of our lesser traveled parks. We have more than 30 parks in Dane County that are county parks.
You can find information about those parks at danecountyparks.com/explore. Parisi says the county is seeing some heavy traffic at dog parks and on the Lower Yahara Trail. They'll be monitoring traffic closely to see how much that increases as state parks close. Spokesperson Anna Shea of Madison Park says local parks can only remain open if people use them wisely. All park equipment and sports courts are off limits. You are asked not to meet up with friends at parks who do not live with you, to maintain 6 feet of distance between yourself and others, and to go to parks during less crowded times like before noon or in the late evening.
And the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra is delaying the start of its popular summer series, Concerts on the Square. The performances are delayed 5 weeks now due to coronavirus restrictions on social gatherings. The first performance is now scheduled for Tuesday, July 28th, 6 p.m. The plan is to retain all 6 shows.
It's a very fluid situation. We want the safety of our audience and musicians and everyone to be as our top priority, but this gives us a game plan.
Concerts on the Square will have it on Tuesdays this year instead of the usual Wednesdays as they have in the past.
New at 6, a handful of Madison restaurants are offering curbside pickup for Easter Sunday meals. Heritage Tavern will have bourbon and cherry glazed heritage ham. Soho Gourmet Cuisines takes an Asian fusion spin on lamb and rosemary gravy. And Short Stack Eatery will have quiche options plus cherry and blueberry pie. Those are just a few of the restaurants doing Easter orders. Our partners at Madison Magazine have a list on channel3000.com with instructions for pickup. A freshman student at Deerfield High School has found a creative way to do something good. 14-year-old Miles Peterson heard that wearing a mask all day can make your ears sore, so he's making an alternative. Photojournalist Brian Mesmer shares his story.
This is a 3D printer, and I wanted to help. I've heard back from a couple of doctors saying that they are really helping out their ears. They're called ear relievers. They go behind your head and they hold your mask strap so they're not on your ears all day long. And I know it helps doctors and nurses and people who have to wear masks all day.
Well, it always does a mom's heart proud when your son or your kids come up with something that you know is going to help in any little bit of way. This is probably something that could really impact and help the community members that we know right here in our own little village. And I posted it on a resale page here in our community, and it really blew up very quickly.
I've been able to print over 100 of these within the last week. Yeah, I've been up overnight. Every 3 hours in the night, I'll come up and scrape off the bed so I can keep production as high as possible. My plan in the future is to continue printing these and supplying them out. I'm also going into printing face shields, and so once I gather the supplies, I'll be making and sending these out to hospitals. That's my plan for the future, is just to keep making and helping people.
Miles, you are amazing. If you are interested in an ear reliever, you can find more information on the Facebook page, Cottage Grove Community and Resale.
Next at 6, we have some shout-outs for our frontline workers, including people in healthcare, but also a profession that might not come to mind right away. We'll share how hospital chaplains are making a big difference right now. Stay with us.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
My goodness, that is a spectacular lawn.
When you see a great lawn, it's all you see. Call the experts at True Green for a custom science-based plan to make your lawn thick, green, healthy, and weed-free.
UW Health is sharing stories of a nurse and doctor on the front lines of fighting COVID-19.
As long as we have our protective equipment, this is something that is well within our wheelhouse. It's within our realm of things that we did sign up to do. And so I do feel ethically that this is something that we are obligated to be there for.
A statement says UW Health is grateful for all of its staff who are working diligently during this unprecedented time. It says through a combination of hard work, dedication, flexibility, and ingenuity, healthcare heroes are making sure the needs of patients and our community come first.
Now that we're their main ally to the outside world, they can't have visitors physically here. We just try to give that extra sense of comfort, extra sense of care, and same to their family member. Their family member is on the outside world, so worried about them, and they can't come see them. They want to see them. They want to be with their family member. So we just try to relay the information and connect them any way we can, whether that.
And she says there's fear on the caregiver's part, but that they feel supported and properly prepared to do what they do best.
As community members reach out to support first responders and healthcare workers, there's a team of people on the front lines that we don't want to exclude. They may not be providing medicine or even hospital beds, but they're getting many families through the most difficult times of their lives. Jamie Perez introduces us to the work they're doing.
One of the examples of kind of the power of this work is, being bedside at the end of life. Use my gifts to support this family and to bring them closure, to prepare her for that final journey that we don't have the answers for.
At the UW Hospital, Kendra McIntosh leads a team of chaplains that provides families and patients the emotional and spiritual support they need in whatever way they need it.
We're picking up on visual clues where we're able to kind of pick up not just the clues, but inflections and use silence in a powerful way.
What they were once able to do bedside, leading prayers in tight circles, holding hands, has changed during these times of COVID-19.
This has really had us have to come up with some creative solutions to not having some of those cues.
They now rely on phone calls and video chats to provide the same support without any of the same techniques.
I get to live my life differently because I have journeyed and witnessed and walked with patients in incredibly challenging situations.
Despite the challenges this poses for her and her team, they come to work every day and do what they can when they can.
Be able to connect this family and know that you have a part of that you can be that reminder to patient and family of, that power beyond us. That it is an incredible privilege to be invited into that.
While physical hugs and hand-holding is no longer an option, they're finding new ways to spiritually hold and carry families through this difficult time.
If you could describe the work that you do or that moment that you just described in one word, what would it be?
Sacred. A holy, sacred privilege to be able to be invited into that circle and, be used in that way, and also be able to be shaped and transformed myself as well.
I'm Jamie Perez for News 3 Now, Madison.
The team of chaplains is working 24/7 and helping about 15 to 20 families a day through these difficult times.
Coming up in sports, some big news coming from UW Athletics. Badgers senior athletes will not be granted another year of eligibility like the rest of the NCAA. Sports director Zach Hanley has more on that decision. And turning colder tonight, plus Easter Sunday looks to be a little chilly, possibly rainy as well. Gary will have the details next.
Please join Madison Magazine, News 3 Now, and Channel 3000 in supporting local businesses. List of vendors, options, and hours of operation, go to MadisonMagazine.com. Thank you for supporting local businesses.
Meineke's Madison locations are still open during the COVID-19 pandemic. Call any of our 4 locations for open hours and to schedule your appointment. Please be patient as we take the necessary precautions to consider your health and safety while scheduling appointments. Meineke, doing car care right.
Wearing the Simplicity name is no small thing. In fact, it's a very big thing. And with all of its premium features, so is the Simplicity Regent Lawn Tractor, like rear suspension for a smoother ride, a free-floating mower deck with rear rollers that let you create ballpark-style stripes, and a super dependable Briggs & Stratton V-twin engine. So stop by your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust, steinhoffels.com.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Everyone is trying to do their part, especially now. And your Ford dealer is built to lend a hand. If your vehicle needs service, just call. Ford service centers are essential to your community and are still open. Find out about pickup and delivery options from participating Ford dealers. Plus, they've implemented enhanced cleaning measures for added peace of mind. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us do our part and help take care of you.
Wow, that's Ensure Max Protein with high protein and 1 gram sugar.
It's a sit-up banana, bend at the waist. Trying. Keep it up. You'll get there.
Whoa! 30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein.
Now, if you were watching me about an hour ago, I showed the Platteville Queanbeyan Radio Skycam showing snow on the ground. 1 hour, it's gone because the sun came back out and temperatures jumped up in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Looks like the rain and snow showers have moved to the south and east of Platteville. But depending on where you are, you may have seen a mixture of rain, snow, even some grapple, the snow grains all stuck together. Look at temperatures over the last 48 hours. We went from 70s earlier on a couple days ago down into the lower 40s and then back up to near 60 tomorrow, yesterday before a cold front came through. And then those temperatures have really dropped off. Today we got into the mid-40s, but those temperatures are starting to drop off. As the sun goes down and the atmosphere starts to cool down, these rain and snow showers will fall apart pretty quickly. So I think by mid-evening, most of them will be gone. To the north and west, it looks like snow up here. This is actually false echoes from the radar up by Duluth, but skies are starting to clear up in northern Wisconsin, and we'll be looking for clear skies overnight. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Tomorrow will be sunny and cool with high temperatures, probably in the upper 40s, maybe a few places hitting the 50-degree mark. Then rain develops late Saturday into Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday looks wet and rainy with perhaps up to an inch of rain, and then that could change to accumulating snow late Sunday night into Monday morning. Temperatures are going to be critical on that, exactly where the snow lines up. So we have an alert day in the forecast for the rain on Easter that could lead to some localized flooding problems with about an inch of rain, and then that accumulating snow Sunday night into Monday. The best chances for that happening will be the farther north and west you go from Madison. Upper level winds here have now come out of the northwest. That's going to keep us cold for a while. The main storm track's shifting to the south. That'll bring a severe weather outbreak near the Gulf Coast over the next couple of days. As the second cold front drops through, that'll just reinforce the cold air, and we're going to see our temperatures stay below normal. See right now those readings in the 30s and 40s through much of the Midwest. So our forecast for tonight calls, or for tomorrow calls for partly to mostly sunny skies. It'll be chilly with a high temperature of 49. As we take a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, see alert days in the forecast for the rain Sunday, mixing with and changing the snow Sunday night into Monday, and then temperatures staying very chilly for most of next week.
And coming up in sports, some of the women's hockey team might have changed their major. The Banner trio who decided to host while hockey is on hold. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by ready to help.
We've got the power. It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it, so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from Westband and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. For a hand up and help with your utility bills now during these difficult times, contact the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives. for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hi, folks. Friday morning, we are featuring an effort from a local clothing company to keep other Wisconsin businesses running during the pandemic.
We'll tell you how you can join in and update you on the latest COVID-19 numbers. We'll see you starting at 4:30.
On March 30th, the NCAA gave the okay for schools to grant spring sport athletes an extension on their eligibility because their season was canceled before it even began. Barry Alvarez had other plans. The UW athletic department won't be allowing those seniors to play another year, which impacts around 35 Badgers. Alvarez told WIBA Radio his message to those seniors saying, quote, "If you're going to graduate, graduate and move on with your life. We appreciate everything you've done, but move forward." Alvarez also said the athletic department is modeling 3 budgets for next season, one with sports returning in the fall, one with no fall sports, and one with no fall or winter sports. The UW women's hockey team is making the most of their quarantine and might have found a career path in the process. Alexis Mauerman, Britta Curl, and Brett Pettit created their own newscast on Zoom called Quarantine TV with the Badgers, where the trio catches up with fellow teammates, each in their own quarantine location, to see how they're staying busy, what they've eaten the most of, and also break down the TikTok video of the week.
Welcome to Quarantine TV, where we bring you the best and the latest Badger women's hockey news.
We're your hosts, Alexis Mauerman, Brett Pettit,
and I'm Britta Curl.
But the biggest part of their 6-minute show, the weather. All the Badgers did their best Gary impression, giving their own forecasts, and it must have caught on because J.J. Watt gave his own Wisconsin weather update from his home in Summit.
We have a live weather report from Wisconsin. It was 74 degrees 2 days ago, and now we got snow, and the sun's coming back out. It's snowing and the sun's out.
And this is pretty cool. The hashtag #BeTheLightWI has taken over Twitter in the Wisconsin prep sports world. And the idea is simple. To be a part of the movement, schools and communities light up their athletic fields at night to show support and hope for everyone during these times. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock is the next Be the Light movement in Wisconsin.
And I understand Camp Randall, right?
Yeah.
Goodman, Diamond tonight. They're going to have the lights on.
Look for blue.
All right. Important to know. And those weathercasters out there, Gary Canalti.
Make my job a lot easier if they fill in for me, especially if JJ does. But look at the snow forecast from Sunday into Sunday night and Monday morning, especially across central and northern Wisconsin. There could be a significant snowstorm there. Possibility for at least a couple of inches here late Sunday night into Monday morning, but a lot of that is going to be dependent on temperatures. Right now, the rain and snow showers becoming a little more widely scattered. For tomorrow, look for high temperatures up around 49, but skies will be sunny and it'll stay chilly through the weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll see you back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10. Take care.